Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 2022. And last episode, we cut the grass on this field as well as the field by our cow barn. And so we are going to take care of this today, but I think as well, we're going to take advantage of a few contracts. Oh, and they're going fast and furious. Let's borrow this equipment. Yes. And then let's accept this contract. And let's accept this contract as well as this contract. So yes, we're going to jump on a bunch of cultivating contracts. We're really just going to hire the workers for these. So while we do a number of things in the background, because why not? There we go. It's like, ooh, yes, I still have a piece of equipment. Oops. Yes, so we will get that back to our farm shortly. So let's have a look-see as to where all these contracts are. So we actually have three. They're all really in our vicinity. And one is right across from the dealer. So why don't we just hop on over? I always do love trying out new equipment, and this looks like a top-notch cultivator. We'll see how big the reach is. Does it get any bigger? No. Okay, that's fine. You know, size does matter, but it's fine. It's fine. So we'll zip along here, the headland here. And I think we'll do both sides. We can also get one of our tractors on these contracts. You know, because it's quick and easy money. And you might be saying, hey, Sargon, you have nearly $212,000 in your bank account. Why are you taking on some contracts? Well, I think we've been over this because money. Well, and also just to add a little bit of interest to the series, doing different things at different times of the year, and spreading things out. Yes, it is content, but it's money. It is really about the money. So let's go up this side here. This tractor's pretty nice. Now, I do wish they provided us some more information on the equipment. Now, I do think I can hop in and out, and it'll tell me more. But another great reason, too, is to actually try out the field. This is a nice size field. It is near our canola, well, sorry, I should say oil mill production. Now, this is probably a very expensive piece of property. But there's, depending on what the property actually is, there is room for expansion, potentially. We'll have a look-see. Maybe room for a building. But what I also like about this property, like I said, it's close to the oil mill production. And I am looking at rotating our fields where certain things are. And it would be great if some of our crops are closer to some of our productions. And, you know, you can't get too much actually, I don't think you can get closer than this field. So this is a strong possibility for us to acquire. But we'll see how strong that possibility is. As soon as we get the helper on here, we'll have a look at the price of this particular field. There we go. Got the helper on. So field 56. Look at the farmland. Yeah. 266,000. Not bad. And as you can see, it does expand pretty good. So we can expand this field. Field 19 is another field we could look at to buy. That's 373,000 basically. So that is not a today thing. Now let's go find. There it is. It wasn't too hard. The cultivator was right in front of us. We'll get this tractor, this good old John Deere. Make sure, yeah, it's got enough fuel. It's good for now. I've never run out of fuel. There's no proof of that. Just like in my Timberborn series, there's never any proof that I've ever flooded any district. So yes. So let's have a look. I believe there is a field over here. That's actually quite large. Let's get out of that view. Let's come to this one. Maybe what we'll do, this particular cultivator, I think would be good for our neighbor's field over here, field 52. And I think the only part we really need to be concerned about, actually this, I think it's the same cultivator almost. Looks to be the same width. So I thought I was getting some top-notch equipment. It might be a tad wider, but that's neither here nor there. It is what it is today. So I just want to get this part done by the sign and this tree. We can then send the helper down. There we go. Because this field is nice and easy. I don't think they'll have any problems. With that work going on in the background, we can now definitely take advantage of take advantage. We need to do some work on our farm, which is going to provide us a good chunk of money. And that is getting this grass windrowed, baled, and wrapped. So that will be one of our priorities today. While we've got all that work going on in the background, taking care of making a little extra money for us. Now we should be in for a pretty good payday with the silage. You can see all that silage here. Next month, January, we should go cha-ching, 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 and maybe, just maybe, we buy, ooh, what field was it? 56? Field 56. That is a good possibility. Oh, and there's our helper taking care of that field, just like butter, just taking care of it. And that's the cultivating contracts. You know, the nice thing about cultivating contracts is basically a zero input. Now, obviously I'm using a helper, so losing a bit of money there. We borrowed some equipment, but we don't need to buy any sorry, lost my train of thought there. We don't need to buy any fertilizer because fertilizing contracts are great and they're probably the best. Cultivating contracts, zero input. Now, harvesting contracts, I like, and I've done plenty of them simply because we sometimes benefit by taking that and putting it into our silo, especially if we need chicken feed or some other source of food that we don't have for our chickens or potentially our cows. But I think we're pretty good here now, so won't have to worry too much about those. Oh, can I thread the needle here? Oh no, Sargon, you're missing all this. Okay, all right. We'll get this all nice and windrowed up. We will come back down. I think for now we'll just follow the lines. Hey, 30% done on each of those two contracts. Pretty good. So speaking of getting things done, let's just crush this windrowing. We are nearly at the end of the windrowing, which is good. Speaking of windrowing, this windrower has been pretty good. It would be great to see if we can upgrade it. Now, our mowing equipment, the actual mowers, need to be upgraded. It's a much higher priority compared to the windrower. But obviously, if we can get a bigger one that can get the number of swaths down, would be good. But we don't need to worry about that too much. But if one were to come up in the sale, I would definitely give it strong, very strong consideration. The next step in our silage making process, of course, is we need to bale it and we need to wrap it. So I have turned on the Follow Me app, or Follow Me mod, I should say. And, not having current success. Let's hop around. Let's make sure you are actually going to follow. There we go. That should be on. Okay, let's see if that is the case. As think we can. Come on, 6 kph. We can do better. Oh, the turn. Okay, so he's following. Now the big test is, did I get the offset right? So with a follower such as somebody with the bale wrapper that is offset, and it's looking very much like, no, I did not get the offset right. So we hop back here, turn on the help menu. I have it as a 2 to the left, to the right, but I want to go probably -2. So, that should work now. So we should see as we get rolling again here. Yeah, it's going to course correct. And hopefully -2 is the correct number. We'll find out shortly as soon as we poo out. I mean, drop a bale here. So I will say I love the Follow Me mod, especially for a job like this, because you can't actually put a helper on. I don't think you can put a helper on either of these, to be honest, because of the precision required. Although it doesn't look like we're going to have too many bales pop out. Oh, Sargon, steady. Get back on target. Stay on target. I definitely wasn't using the force on that turn. Okay, so there we go. Looking good. We have capture. Does not want to seem to wrap it. Is the wrapper itself. There we go. Just took a moment for it to decide what it wanted to do. Now, we were talking earlier about buying a field, but you know what? We also need to buy some new tractors. This is a new tractor to us. Now, it needs some maintenance. So I think what we're going to do in the very near future is take this tractor to get some maintenance, so to get a little more efficient, especially for a job like this. Do I not have? No, we just gotta wait for it all to push out. There we go. See, we get some nice speed. It's just on a slight turn and on a slight incline. We seem to struggle, but that could just be the machine. But 17 kilometers per hour now. Got our pedal to the floor and just getting things done. Speaking of done, you might notice that that field is now done. I did move that tractor over. Funny enough, next to our sunflower fields, where the cotton was, that is one of the fields. Turn this map on. Field 53 is one of the contracts, so I have our tractor and cultivator taking care of that. So it was really nice to grab these contracts. They're all very close to our farm, and it's a great little contract or set of contracts that we can do using helpers while we take care of our own farm. So we'll pull in some money, and as we're talking about, we've got dreams. We have aspirations. We want to buy things, and those things add up. Like, oh my goodness. Slow turn. And perhaps what I should do, as you can see, we're having a bit of a problem. Okay, so let's stop here for a second. And let's do that at a minus 2.5. See if that helps things. We might have to take control of that piece of equipment. Whoa. I swear there were no Baileys in my coffee this morning as we started the job. Okay, things are starting to get wrapped. That's good as we do a little zigzag. Now there are some little bits that we missed, which I will come back around and get afterwards, but we will get this field done, the majority of it. Then we will also come back. Sorry, we'll then go do our other field, and then, probably do a little cleaning up off camera. So no sense you watching me pick up the little bits and bobs as we move forward here. Okay, well, it took care of one of those bales, but it missed one, so, which is fine. We have to pick things up anyways, get them moved. So the fact we had one misfire, that is fine. I probably should write down the settings for the follow me mod for that offset. But, I always forget I don't have the best memory, so it is what it is. Now this field is much, much smaller than the front field. Try to count for how many bales this will produce versus the front. So we have 2 bales that are getting pushed out right now, primarily from the front, and I do know there was probably some, in the baler when we started, but can't recall how much, and I could go back and look, but you know what? We're just going to attribute all these bales except for, well, these 2 bales will be considered from the front field, which will poop out here, and whatever else comes out will be from this small little patch. How is... Okay. Bale wrapper is still following us. Hopefully it does a better job this time. Catches all of the bales properly. And there we go. Yeah, we're good. So that minus 2.5 offset for the case of that bale wrapper is the bee's knees. All good. So I'm very happy with this setup. Now, I do know, and I have used it, the combo wrapper, baler wrapper, which is something I, might consider buying in the future because one less tractor going around. Theory, much more efficient. But, we got that wrapper on sale, and this was a great modded baler. So, hard to pass up. Hard to pass up this combo. Ooh, speaking of passing up, we're going to have to pass by that silage bale. Okay, so if we, say, cut across here, that should work. Hopefully. So, there is definitely one of the pro arguments for the combo bale wrapper. You don't have to worry about... Ooh, he did it. Nice maneuver. Handled it quite well. Yeah, this is a challenge with a small field. But I do have ideas as to what could be done. But we need to add more fields. But do we add fields first? New tractor or tractors. There's probably at least 2 of our tractors should be replaced. And that is no joke. Yeah. Well, at least 1. So we have a John Deere with a front loader. I don't mind holding on to that one. And kind of becoming potentially like the 4th tractor. But it does need to be replaced. It's underpowered. It's seen better days. So the 2nd John Deere definitely needs to be replaced. And I would like to get a large tractor. Something that can definitely pull more. But, you know, we haven't been in too many situations, but I think a situation like this right now, that small, very small incline basically brings us to a standstill. Ooh, speaking of standstill, we are just leaving objects in our path. So I think what we're going to have to do is we will cut that corner pretty tight. This might go all wrong. We will find out momentarily. Yep. Things did not go correctly. So once again, another pro argument for the combo bale wrapper. Things would have turned out much better. So now there's 2 bales that we need to pick up. So let me just clean things up and be right back. I've picked up all the bits and bobs and we are 2% short. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab good old trusty mower. And we just need to mow a bit of a grass. And we don't need to worry about windrowing it because it's going to go right into the baler. At least that's the plan. We'll see how much of this we really need to do. Come along, grab this stretch here. You know, it'd be really good too if we actually turned back on the baler. Make sure all is good. Rumor has it that helps immensely. Okay, so I think we can probably turn off and lift up the mower. There we go. We're good. We are good. Yeah, details, Sargon, details. Just unload things, get things put away for sure. That would be good. Maybe we'll just clean up that little bit there. And now we can just finish wrapping up all the silage. We just need to wrap up. Yeah, that one was on purpose. All of our bales here. I think we've got them all, but we'll do just a double check on the other field there in a moment. So as you can see, we have 2 3s being wrapped, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the front field. So that's not bad. It's pretty good. It would probably do us for the cows, but we're going to do some work, but I'm not certain yet whether we're going to lose a lot of our grass field. Might give you a bit of a hint there, but still want to potentially do something, but not necessarily use up all of our fields. So now we come to the backfield here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we can get this little guy put away. You might have noticed, basically, we're getting very close to the final field being cultivated as part of the contracts. More than 50% done on that. But for the here and now, we need to come in and we're going to grab some sorghum here because our poor chickens, are nearly out of food. And so if we don't feed them, our chicken egg empire is going to disappear. And that is, my friends, just unacceptable. So we've got a bunch of sorghum here. And I love how I've got this set up where it's basically just a drive-through. We go from one to the next. Oops, and in and out, in and out. See our beautiful sheep making some more wool. All good in the hood, loving it. Let's see how much of this trailer are these chickens going to use. 52% left, so 48% used. So wowzers, yeah. And I don't actually think... Yeah, we didn't plant a sorghum field this season, so we might be in a bit of a pickle. We have a look-see here. Planting season. So I think we're currently leaning towards oats. But yeah, we missed sorghum. We could wait for sorghum. That actually might be a good call. That is very good for our chickens. 4% left. We'll get that back into the silo. Wool, wool, wool. Loving it. Now, probably shouldn't have left the small trailer there, but... Oop. I can attach it to the front. Well, that's unorthodox. Get this little bit into the silo. Very close to wrapping things up here. There we go. But let's go over. Check out our progress on this last remaining contract. It is nice to drive something brand new. Look at it. Very nice. Nice little dashboard. Joysticks there. Just killing it. Okay, what does that say? Don't put the pedal to the metal. I'm not exactly sure what that, where that red X is on the left-hand side means. But we're just going to ignore it because I feel the need to turn around here in a moment. Yes. Okay. Yes. That would be the wise thing to do. And I actually, you know what? We were talking about buying a new windrower, but there are mowing equipment. There is mowing equipment that will swath it for you. So I still keep the windrower for the straw and hay and whatnot, because hay, you need to tet it. So, but I think with that, we are almost done. You know, this job and these number of contracts were very quick and easy. Well, super easy because helpers did most of them. But most of this work was done while we were windrowing, baling and wrapping, and feeding our chickens. And in fact, I imagine if I had not used the Follow Me mod, that I probably would have finished these much closer together. So these 4 cultivating contracts did not take that long, all things considered, and it's going to be some nice little money. A little bonus, and it has got me thinking of buying one of those fields right next to the oil mill production. So whether that's a good thing or not, as we've talked about other purchases, other fields I plan to buy. So not exactly sure if that's a good thing or not. All right, John Deere versus John Deere. Yeah, pulling away, and that contract is done. So let's hop in. Oops, to our contracts. So we are going to make 18-ish thousand dollars. Less some money for the help and the rentals. Ooh, okay. Let's hop into our tractor. Let's get this back to the farm as the sun begins to set and we drive off into it. I would like to thank you very much for watching today's episode, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.